Now that we know what a variable is, let's see what type of things we can store to a variable. In this video, we are going to learn about the basic number types, the int and the float, and how to do math with them. Let's create a new project and name it numbers and math. In the previous video, we created a variable named weight and we assigned the value 80 to it, which is my weight. The number 80 is a number without decimal values. It is a whole number. That's an integer type in Python, or for short we call it int. That's the first type of number we can use in Python. So when we type the command weight is equal to 80, we tell the computer, create a container in the memory to store the integer number 80 and give the container the label weight. In other words, the computer understands that the variable holds a number, and more specifically a number without decimal values, an integer. Since the variable contains a number, we can do some math with it. Using the following symbols, we can do math with numbers. So we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Let's try the math symbols with a simple example, and then we will apply them to the variable. Let's type print 10 plus 5. It prints the result 15, and that's how we do addition. Print 10 minus 5, subtraction. The result is 5. Print 10 asterisk 5, multiplication. The result is 50. Print 10 slash 5, division. The result is 2. Let's do some math with the weight variable. As we said, the computer knows that there is a number in the variable, so the computer is going to let us do some math with it. Let's say I lost 5 kilos. What is my new weight? Print weight minus 5. Or let's say I gained 10 kilos. What is my new weight? Print weight plus 10. I can also double my weight by multiplying it by 2 or dividing it by 2 and so on. Now let's talk about decimal numbers. We store decimal numbers in float variables, and that's the second type of number in Python. The most famous decimal number of all is our familiar pi. Let's store it in a variable. Pi equals 3.14. Or we can store it with more digits after the decimal point. Pi equals 3.14159, or even more, 3.141599265. But for simplicity, let's store it as 3.14. So with this command, we tell the computer, create a container in the memory to store the float number 3.14 and give the container the label pi. In other words, the computer understands that the variable holds a number, and more specifically a decimal number, a float in Python. Since the variable contains a number, we can do some math with it. Print 2 asterisk pi to multiply it by 2, or print pi plus 3 to add 3 to the pi. Or we can do math with variables. So let's create a new variable called radius and give it the value of 5. Radius equals 5. Now, using this formula, we can calculate the circumference of our circle with a radius of 5. Circumference is equal to 2 asterisk pi asterisk radius. The result is stored in a new variable named circumference, and we can print it like this. Print circumference. We can change the radius here. Let's say it is now 6 and get the new result. Cool, huh? Congratulate yourself now. You have just developed your first practical program. Did you expect it to happen so fast? Let me know in the comments. You now know the most important types of numbers in Python and how to use them to make calculations. Let's practice our new skills with an exercise. I want you to create a program that will calculate the area of a triangle given this formula, and then it will print it to the output. You have to create two variables, one for the height and one for the base, and give values to them. We also need a variable to hold the result. Please pause the video now and try to write the code by yourself. When ready, resume the video to see if we wrote the same code. Okay, let's now see how to write this code. First, we create a variable named height and we give it a value. Height is equal to 10, for example. Then we create a variable named base and we give it a value. Base is equal to 15.3. Lastly, we create a variable named area which will hold the result of the calculation. Area is equal to 0.5 asterisk base asterisk height. Print area to print the result. We can change the numbers here and calculate the result again if we wish. It was easy, wasn't it? In the next video, we are going to learn how to store text in variables to make our programs even better. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, practice coding.